This is Math 6, Lesson 6, or Topic 6, Lesson 2. This is comparing fractions, decimals, and percents. Anna spends 45 hundredths of her homework time reading what is 45 hundredths as a percent. And what we've been learning in this topic is 45% or 0.45 of her homework time reading, and we want to write that as a percent. Lots of ways you can do this. 0.45 written as a fraction, if you were to think about that as money, that would be 45 cents. And 45 cents is how many pennies you get out of a dollar, 45 100ths. And the relationship that we have when you're comparing equivalent fractions and percents is once the number is over 100, that becomes the percentage. So this is 45%. For example 2, the process that I wanted you to try for this is division, long division. And actually on this problem in particular, I believe that I posted a video on that long division tool sheet where you move the paperclip up and down. Spending 3/8 of your homework time reading 3/8 as a decimal, let's see, 3/8, the number on bottom, the denominator, that's the divisor. The divisor always goes on the outside when you're doing this division kind of a problem. And the 3, that's the dividend. And the dividend goes on the inside. And the answer that we're about to get is called the quotient. So we're going to take 3. This says 3 divided by 8. We're going to take 3 and divide it by 8. And what I showed you in that other video that I won't go into super specifically here, you want to try to figure out how many times you could subtract the number 8 from the number 3. And the answer is you can't. So we're going to put in a 0. And 8 times 0 is 0. 3 minus 0 is still 3. So we need to keep going. So what we do at this point, in order to make the number 3 look different but not change its value, is we're going to put in a decimal. And then we're just going to start adding zeros. And you can add 150 zeros if you really want to. You can add as many as you want. What's really important, though, is you bring up that decimal point. So in order to continue this, the next step is you're supposed to bring down the next digit. So now we want to figure out how many times could we take an 8 out of 30. And you're going to have to do some estimation. I know that 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 times 4 is 32. So 4 is too big, so we're going to stick with 3. 3 times 8 is 24, and now I'm going to subtract. 30 minus 24 is 6. And then I am going to bring down, bring down the next 0. And we're going to keep going. I want to do 60 divided by 8. I know that 7 times 8 is 56, which is close. 8 times 8 is 64. That's too many. So 7 it is. 7 times 8 is 56. And 60 minus 56 is 4. And then I'm going to bring down the next 0. And here's the part that's super fun, is you can divide 40 by 8 evenly. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 5 times 8 is 40. And we're done. 0. So 3/8 as a decimal is 0.375. 0.375 is the same as, that's 375 thousandths. 375 thousandths. but I know that a percent is over 100, right? So if we check this out, what would you do to 1,000 to get it to be 100? And the answer is divided by 10. So we got to divide this number by 10 also. And 375 divided by 10 is 37.5. And as soon as you have a number above 100, you know that that number is your percent. So 3/8 is 0.375 or 3.75%. And I also want you to notice the decimal moves, right? Like there's something about that, and we'll get back to that another time. So that was example 3. That was example 3. That's it for this lesson. Nice job!